Oil prices have recovered from multi-year lows, boosted by trade deal optimism. But with US-China trade talks coming and OPEC Plus increasing supply, could we see a retest of those lows? I'm Fiona Cincotta at StoneX, and here to talk us through this and levels to be watching, I'm joined by market analyst at forex.com, Razan Hilal. Thank you for joining us, Razan.
Good morning, Fiona. There's a lot to unpack with respect to the oil market. Lots of fundamental drivers over there and critical price levels on the horizon.
Excellent. So let's start there with WTI back over 60. Is that sustainable? What's driving these moves? And what levels are you watching nearer and long term?
Yeah, so with respect to the oil chart, I'm really eyeing the $55 support. So the first time we hit that support this year, it actually aligns with the golden 618 Fibonacci retracement of the overall uptrend of oil when it was all the way below $0 per barrel in 2020 towards the peak that it reached in 2022. So now we're at the golden 618, that $55 support. We managed to drop to that support when Trump announced their reciprocal tariffs and OPEC initially announced this year for its plans to unwind its supply cuts. We hit the $55 support, rebounded back above 60, and next when also OPEC re-emerge into the headlines for increasing those supply cut unwinds again. We also saw oil drop back towards 55, and also now it's bouncing back above the 60 level. So we see a critical support level over here. Relative strength index from a weekly time frame perspective is also bouncing from oversold momentum last year in 2020. So we have an overall but possible long-term bullish positioning for the oil market, especially that OPEC is willing to increase its market share despite these critical price lows, as it might be eyeing for a long-term bullish positioning in the markets as trade deals get eventually settled up across the globe, economies get back on track, economic activity gets back on track, and then we can see oil prices aligning as well with an overall market rebound. So OPEC might be positioning for that long-term aspect. If not, since we still have momentum aligned with these 2020 lows, we cannot rule out also another downside risk. So if we do manage to drop below that $55 mark, we might align with the $49 barrier, which aligns with the lower end of an uptrending and parallel channel with respect to crude oil that is intact since the lows of the 1800s. So we're just one step away from that critical $49 or the $50 zone for a next potential support level for oil. But looking at it from a long-term perspective and looking at the strategic perspective of OPEC and Saudi Arabia, given that there's a high level of revenue with respect to the economy from oil prices, we might be positioning for a longer-term bullish outlook for oil prices.
Excellent. Well, thank you very much for your analysis, Razan. Great as always to have you on here.
Thank you.
For more videos like this, please do like and subscribe.